What happened to 17-year-old Jamarcus Washington has become one of the most debated unsolved cases in recent years. On June 25, 2024, Jamarcus died from a gunshot wound in Parsons, Kansas. He had just finished his junior year of high school, played football, and dreamed of one day reaching the NFL. According to the known timeline, Jamarcus was at a house with 3 other teenagers and 1 adult when a gunshot was fired. 2 of the teenagers reportedly left the scene before returning in different clothes.
He was found in a trash bag, and police say that he did this to himself. Nothing about this case makes sense, and sadly, I bet most of you have never heard the name Jamarcus Washington. Well, I'm here to change that today. On June 25th, 2024, 17-year-old Jamarcus Washington died from a gunshot wound in Parsons, Kansas. I had never heard about Jamarcus's case until I was tagged in a video that was put up by one of his sisters. I watched that video and then I found videos from another one of his sisters. I'm going to tag both of those sisters. I'm going to tell you what this family is saying. And at the end of this video, I beg you to go and support his sisters and help us say Jamarcus's name. According to his family and a recording that I'm about to play for you, Jamarcus's mother was initially told by the medical examiner's office that this was a homicide, so they could not release any details to her because that information was being suppressed by the police department.
It's a homicide, so I can't release any information.
Wait, let me go back to that part.
Information. It's been suppressed.
It's been suppressed.
But it is a homicide, and it's just still suppressed.
It's suppressed, yes. I can't give out any information.
However, the family says that following communication between the police department and that medical examiner's office, the ruling changed, and it was said that Jamarcus did this to himself. I want to list off a few reasons why that makes no sense at all, but first let's start with what was happening that day, June 25th, 2024. Jamarcus was at a friend's house. He was with 3 other minors and an adult. Allegedly, a gunshot went off and 2 of those minors ran away from the scene and then returned in different clothing. One of those minors allegedly had on black gloves and had a weapon in their pocket. Now, police did interview those minors, but according to what the family is saying, they weren't tested for gunshot residue, and during Jamarcus's autopsy, he did not have gunshot residue on his hands. So how would he have done this himself? And I also want you to listen to this snippet of the EMS report that is read out by one of Jamarcus's sisters, where they talk about the trash bag.
Upon arrival, we found the patient slumped, supine on his back against the wall in a black trash bag.
Now, she reads out more of that EMS report, but it is very graphic, and I'm trying to make sure that there is not anything in this video that will keep it from being seen because his story needs to be heard. So please go to her page, support her, and watch her videos. And tell me, who is able to take their own life and then put themselves into a trash bag? That just seems like, impossible to me, but what do I know? Now, a few other details. She says in the EMS report that it states these minors were recording a video at the time this gunshot went off. She also says there's a video floating around of this. I have also read that police allowed that video to be deleted. I have also read that Jamarcus's phone and money were missing from his body. There is so much to this case. The family has spent time trying to get body cam footage, investigative reports, forensic records, and other evidence, but they're not getting the transparency that they deserve. And whether you believe the police story that Jamarcus did this himself, the family is still owed transparency into everything that is available. So we all need to be talking about this case so they know it cannot go silent. It's already been 2 years. There's an online petition where you can read more of the family story. This is the title of it here. Please go find it, at least read it, and if you feel so led, sign it. Jamarcus had just finished his junior year at Parsons High School, and he was looking forward to his senior year. He played football. It was his passion, and he hoped one day to make it pro in the NFL, but that dream never got to come to fruition. He was supposed to be honored at the high school graduation, but his family says that did not happen, so they had their own celebration for him. This case is heartbreaking, and if it is going to take social media outrage to get full transparency for this family, then let's make sure that they get that. I am asking every single one of you who is still watching this video, go read the petition, sign it if you can, go and support both sisters, this one tagged here, as well as this sister. Help us say Jamarcus Washington's name, and I will keep you updated on this case. Until then, rest in peace to Jamarcus Washington.
During the investigation, questions emerged after reports indicated that Jamarcus did not have gunshot residue on his hands, despite authorities ultimately ruling that he died by suicide.
Okay, I need you to hear this story. A 17-year-old was found dead. Authorities ruled it a suicide, but his family says the evidence raises questions they believe have never been answered. His name was Jamarcus Deuce Washington. According to his family, he was found dead in Parsons, Kansas in June of 2024. Law enforcement ruled his case a suicide and closed it almost immediately. Sound familiar? Because his loved ones have publicly rejected that conclusion and have continued to push for a new investigation. Again, sound familiar? The family has pointed to circumstances surrounding the scene that they believed deserves additional scrutiny. They've shared their concerns publicly, and they say they don't believe the official ruling actually reflects what happened. To be clear, those are the family's allegations. Whether the original investigation was correct or not, one thing should unite all of us. When a grieving family continues to raise valid, serious questions, those concerns deserve to be heard and addressed with transparency. Public confidence depends on people believing every death investigation is thorough, fair, and impartial. This isn't about jumping to conclusions. It's about making sure every family can get some answers that they can trust. If you believe unanswered questions deserve a closer look, share this video and help keep Jamarcus Deuce Washington's story in the public eye. Share your thoughts in the comments section, follow and subscribe for more.
Another detail that drew widespread attention was the EMS report, which described Jamarcus as being found inside a black trash bag. That discovery led many people to question how the official conclusion fit the physical evidence.
Telling me that this young man shot himself, then put himself in a garbage bag and tied it from the outside. That's what you're saying. On June the 25th of 2024, Jamarcus Washington passed away from a gunshot wound. It was initially ruled a homicide, but then law enforcement came back and stated that it was a suicide and ultimately closed the case. Now, the Marcus family strongly disputes the officials and law enforcement's judgment, believing that the death was a crime and not a suicide. And based off of some of the information that I was able to gather, it is a little bit sus. And this is why a lot of people have dismay with law enforcement, because when you have investigations like this, it's always believe what you hear, not what you see situation. They can see the evidence to question it. They want you to hear what they say and ultimately just go along with whatever they put on their report. And based off of the family, the three things that really stuck out to them was that some witnesses' statements were not taking. The crime scene, they said there was some things with the crime scene that was not right, in which clearly someone can't stuff their stuff in a garbage bag and tie it up. And then the other thing was some evidence came up missing. So those are the three reasons why the family does not want to accept the ruling, in which I understand that. I would not want to accept that either.
Additional reports also raised questions about missing personal belongings, deleted phone footage, and investigative procedures, fueling further public scrutiny. As a result, the case has gained significant attention online, with many people continuing to call for greater transparency and a more thorough review of the investigation. More than a year later, the circumstances surrounding Jamarcus Washington's death remain the subject of ongoing public debate. Jamarcus Washington's story continues to raise difficult questions, and many people are still hoping for clearer answers. As more information emerges, the case remains one that many believe deserves careful attention rather than being forgotten.